Hello and welcome to On the Mat with Lydia, that's me, and whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Today's class is yoga for the fall equinox. So in this practice, we're going to be honoring this equinox, the first day of fall. That is this balance of dark and light before the days start to get shorter, leading up to the winter solstice. So this is really a time where we get to celebrate all the light and fun and abundance of the summer and make this transition into more of the quiet and dark of the winter. So let's get into our practice today, starting off in a comfortable seated position. So if you're not already there, please make your way there. And allow yourself to settle into stillness. Perhaps closing your eyes if that feels safe and comfortable for you. Otherwise, keeping your eyes open, finding a nice soft gaze towards the floor in front of you. And as you arrive here on your mat today, I invite you to tune in to the flow of your breath and to follow this in and out of each inhale and exhale. Noticing that natural rhythm of your breathing. And over time, as you continue to follow the breath, you may even begin to find that your inhale and exhale become equal in length. Finding this beautiful harmony between the rise and the fall, the ebb and the flow. Now, as natural beings, we have so many lessons to learn from observing nature. And it's amazing when we have the opportunity to really celebrate these natural cycles that really impact every living thing on this earth. So today, as we really celebrate this fall equinox, we are shown how to celebrate both the light and the dark, the activity and the rest. And hopefully you'll find through the movement, through the breath here on your mat today, you really feel that sense of celebration before we settle down, transition into a time of really sweet respite. Let's give ourselves another moment here in stillness to take a breath in and breath out. And if you have your eyes closed, I invite you to flutter them open once again. All together, finding a cross-legged seat if your legs are not already crossed. And bringing your hands to your knees or your thighs. And we'll start to make some circles with the hips here. So nice, small, gentle movement as we begin. Making circles here with the pelvis. Feeling that shifting of weight, almost like massaging the glutes here. And as you feel ready, we're going to switch directions with that movement. Start to take some circles the other way. So really feeling this movement down in the root of your body. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to bring that up into the chest. So making this movement a little bit bigger, these circles a little bit more dramatic. As we really start to bring energy up from the earth through the length of your spine, through this central channel of your body. And please switch directions once more when you're ready with these nice big circles all the way from the hips through the rib cage. Beautiful. And when you feel ready, we're going to bring the heart forward, roll the shoulders back, maybe even lift your chin if that feels okay for your neck. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, begin to tuck your chin around your spine back. Maybe even catch your legs with your hands. Now with the breath, inhaling to move the heart forward, lift the chin. Exhaling to round your spine back and tuck. Again, inhaling, lift your heart. Find that cow pose. Exhale, round your spine. Find that cat pose. Just 2 more. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, rounding back. With your breath, inhale. And exhale. With your next inhale, coming up to your nice tall spine, rolling your shoulders to your ears. As you exhale, drop your shoulders down and back. Beautiful. Coming all the way forward now onto hands and knees. Let's pass through our tabletop position here. Taking just a moment to spread the fingers, root down through the palms. And then tucking your toes behind you. Send your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. If you'd like a little movement here, feel free to pedal out the heels, wiggle through the hips, whatever feels good as you arrive in this shape here today. So this first half of our practice is going to be a little bit more energetic, a little bit more active, as we really celebrate the abundance of the summer of the harvest. And then the second half of our practice is going to be a little bit more chilled, a little bit more slow and still. So from your downward facing dog, when you're ready, let's take an inhale to bend the knees, look forward. As you exhale, take a walk to the top of your mat, find your forward fold. Feeling into your breath here, take an inhale and exhale. And with your inhale, root through your feet, slowly rise up to stand. Take your time as you come up. At the top, rolling your shoulders back and down and finding your nice strong mountain pose. Lifting up, let's take an inhale to rise the arms. As you exhale, fold forward, take your time. Inhale, sliding hands to shins, find your halfway lift. As you exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Planting your palms, step your feet back into a plank position. Feeling the strength through your body as you push through the palms and hug at your navel. Option to lower the knees if you'd like, taking an inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower all the way to your belly. Roll your shoulders back as you inhale and lift your heart. Exhale, gently lower down. Inhale, pressing up through hands and knees. Tuck your toes, take your exhale to lift your hips, downward facing dog. Pausing here for a breath in and breath out. As you inhale, bending your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, take a walk just a couple steps to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen into your halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, reaching for the sky. And exhale, hands come down through heart center. Let's take that sun salutation one more time. Inhaling to rise your arms. Exhaling as you fold forward. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward and plant your palms. Stepping back to your plank as you inhale here. Let your exhale take you down onto your belly. Inhaling to lift your heart, cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, gently release. Inhale, pressing up through hands and knees, tuck the toes. Exhale to send your hips up and back. Find downward facing dog. Pause here for a breath in and breath out. As you inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, stepping up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, slowly rise to standing, reaching for the sky. Exhale, hands pass through heart center. Beautiful. With your next inhale, please sweep your arms to the sky, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward slowly here. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine. Exhale, fold forward, bringing your fingertips to the earth. This time, please step your left foot back behind you and turn that left heel down at about a 45-degree angle. Setting up for warrior one as you root through the feet and take an inhale to slowly rise all the way up. Taking a moment here, if that feels nice, to kind of wiggle through the hips, root down into the feet, find your warrior one as you arrive here today. And feel this lightness, this lift of the heart, reaching all the way up through the fingertips. Taking another inhale right here. As you exhale, make fists and pull the arms down as you lift your heart up, baby back bend. Stay and breathe, rooting down through the tailbone, lifting up through the heart. Taking another inhale here. And please stay for your exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching up, lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, begin to reach the upper body forward. Let that left heel pick up off the mat. Now start to slide that left foot back, widening the stance as you take another inhale here. With your exhale, open that left arm, open the hip, and find your warrior two. Gorgeous, grounding your back heel, opening up through the hips. Finding your gaze out over your front fingertips as you take a breath in and breath out. With your next inhale, reaching that right arm up and back, reverse warrior. As you exhale, hands pinwheel all the way down to the mat. And let's step that left foot forward to meet the right. Find a fold. Pause here, please, for a breath in and breath out. As you inhale now, find that halfway lift, lengthening your spine. Exhale, fold forward, fingertips to the earth. Stepping your right foot back behind you, ground your heels, setting up for warrior one. Nice strong bend into the front knee as you inhale and rise up. Once again, perhaps taking the first few breaths here to readjust, wiggle around as needed to find your strong warrior one shape here. When you're ready, taking a big breath in. As you breathe out, pulling the elbows down, find that baby back bend. Hugging the shoulder blades together behind the heart, hugging the hips together below you. Taking another inhale right here. And stay for your exhale. Now with your next inhale, reaching up, find that nice tall spine. Exhale, begin to lean the torso forward. Come onto the ball of that right foot and maybe start to wiggle that right heel back. Nice, take another inhale here. As you exhale, open the arms, open the hips, finding your warrior two shape on this side. Grounding down through that back heel, gazing out over your front fingertips. Let's take another inhale here and hold for the exhale. Inhale, sweep that left arm up and back. Find your reverse warrior. Then exhale, hands pinwheel all the way down to the mat. This time stepping your left foot back to meet your right, lifting your hips into downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Just a few more rounds of breath here. Taking a moment of transition in our practice. If you prefer, you can always drop the knees down so the hips back. Take a child's pose for these next few breaths. And really, this fall equinox is a time of honoring this transition. If you live somewhere where you experience the fall foliage, nature really gives us this beautiful transition from summer to winter. We see the beautiful colors. We have all the fun fall festivities, giving us all these opportunities to really cherish the abundance, the light of the summer, and to have almost like one last hurrah before the cold of winter comes in and we really start to turn inward. So please give yourself this time to honor that transition, to celebrate all that has been and all that is to come. And let's take another breath in right here and let it out. When you're ready to move, please take an inhale to sweep your right leg up and back behind you. As you exhale, draw your right knee forward and step that right foot in between your hands. Gently lowering your back knee to the mat for low lunge. Take an inhale, rise your hands to your thigh or to the sky. Gently dropping your hips as you lift your heart. Take an inhale here in your lunge. With your exhale, pulling the arms down, lifting the chest. Find that baby back bend. Gently hugging the navel in for a little core support as you really lift your heart. Take an inhale here. And stay for your exhale. With your inhale, reaching for the sky. As you exhale, fingertips drop down. As you begin to shift your hips back, let's lengthen through that right leg. Walking the hands back towards your hips as you reach your heart forward towards those right toes. Looking for that stretch through the back of the right leg, and once you've found it, you can drop your chin towards your chest. Staying for a few breaths here. In through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. Beautiful, letting yourself slow down the pace a little bit here. And we'll take one more breath in and breath out. With your next inhale, rebend your front knee, rock forward to your lunge. As you exhale, plant that left hand to the earth. Take an inhale, sweep your right arm open, finding a twist. Exhale, hug your shoulder blades together on your back. Opening the chest, take another inhale here. Now as you exhale, unwind your twist, that right hand coming to the inside edge of your right foot. Give a little heel toe of that right foot to walk your right leg out a little bit wider. And maybe you can even lengthen that left leg back a bit as you find your lizard lunge here. So as you arrive, hopefully you'll start to feel some sensation around the right hip. If you start to feel this into your right knee, then you have the option to turn those right toes out to a slight diagonal and see if that frees up a little bit of space. Now we're going to stay here for about 5 rounds of breath. Option 1 for you is to stay lifted on your palms. Option 2 is to grab a block, a book, a bolster, and bring your forearms onto that prop. Option 3, if it's comfortable for your body, is to bring both forearms all the way down onto your mat. So going to that place that feels best for your body in this moment. And let's settle in. At this point, we have about 3 more rounds of breath. Allowing yourself to surrender a little bit more into this shape, trusting the support of the earth underneath you. And let's take another inhale here. And exhale. Your inhale brings you back up onto your palms if you're not already there. With your exhale, slowly bring that right leg back behind you, coming through all fours. Then opening your knees nice and wide, dropping your hips back towards your heels, melting down into your child's pose. Just passing through here for now. Let's take a breath in and breath out. Then as you inhale, rising back up through hands and knees, tucking your toes. Take your exhale to rise your hips. Find downward facing dog. Opportunity for some movement here if that feels nice. Maybe just feeling the difference between right and left hip. And when you're ready to try out the other side, let's take an inhale to sweep the left leg up and back. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose and step your left foot in between your hands. Beautiful back knee lowers down as you find your low lunge. Taking your inhale to rise up, hands to thigh or sky. Feeling that sweet stretch for the hips as you lift and lengthen through your spine. Taking an inhale right here. As you exhale, pulling the elbows down, lifting your heart baby back bend. Full breath here as you inhale and exhale. Inhaling, arms to the sky, nice tall spine. Exhale, fingertips float down. Begin to shift your hips back and straighten through that left leg. Feel that as you move your hips back, you start to feel that really nice stretch through the back of the leg. And then you get to choose how much you want to fold forward through the upper body. So less sensation, chest is lifted. More sensation, really reaching your nose towards your toes. And let's hang out here, finding the breath. Perhaps tucking your chin towards your chest. And with these slower movements, giving yourself the chance to really find this darkness, so to speak. So when we say dark, that doesn't mean bad or evil, but instead it's this invitation for introspection, for quiet, for stillness. And it's so important to be able to balance that out, especially after the brightness of the summer. Usually a very active time for a lot of us. So right here, let's take another inhale. And exhale. With your inhale, rocking forward to your lunge once again. As you exhale, planting through that right palm. Inhale to sweep your left arm open, finding your twist. As you exhale, push that left foot down into the earth. Another inhale here. As you exhale, unwind your twist, dropping left hand to the inside edge of left foot. Heel toe your left foot wide towards that left edge of your mat, perhaps turning the toes out slightly if that feels better for your knee today. And you know your options as we settle into our lizard lunge. You can stay lifted on your palms, you can drop down onto a prop, or perhaps you lower all the way towards the mat. Whatever variation you choose on this side does not have to be the same one you did on the other side. You'll probably notice that this left hip feels slightly different than the right. So give yourself the opportunity to really find what your body needs on this side. And we're settling in for those 5 rounds of breath. Letting your awareness follow that flow, that in and out of each inhale and exhale. And maybe noticing how you feel in your body and your mind as we make this transition from the light, from the energetic, into the more still and dark and quiet. That transition is not always easy, but luckily fall makes it a really beautiful one. All together we have one final inhale here. And exhale. As you inhale, lifting back towards your palms if you're not already there. And with your exhale, sliding that left leg back to meet your right, passing through your tabletop position. Before opening the knees, bringing your big toes together and sitting back towards your child's pose once more. Letting your forehead rest down onto your mat, maybe onto stacked hands. Feeling the weight of your body release into the support of the earth. Letting go of any effort, even if just for a moment. And allowing yourself to be held here. And let's stay for another breath in and breath out. With your next inhale, slowly rising up out of that child's pose and bringing yourself to a seated position on your yoga mat. Sitting at about the midpoint of your mat, so that you have some space in front of you and some space behind you. Starting with knees bent, feet planted, and reaching down to grab your outer ankles or maybe even the outer edges of your feet. Begin to bring your chest forward to meet your thighs, imagining almost that your chest and your thighs are glued to one another here. And then really slowly begin to walk your feet forward. Little by little, lengthening out through the legs, all the while keeping your chest glued to your thighs. And the moment that your chest and your thighs begin to separate, that's your cue to stop walking the feet for today. So keeping this really sweet pillow for the upper body. Maybe that means the knees are super bent today. That's okay. You're going to feel into that stretch for the lower back. And as you arrive in stillness, dropping the head, tucking the chin to the chest. Maybe your hands continue to hold onto the legs, or maybe it feels nice to release your arms down onto the mat. And giving yourself about 5 rounds of breath to really release into this fold here. Letting go of any need to go deeper into the physical posture. And instead allowing yourself to go deeper into your breath. Into this inner awareness of your breath, your thoughts, your emotions, your energy. And let's take another inhale here. And exhale completely. As you inhale, slowly rise back up to a nice tall seat, allowing your knees to once again bend as you come up to the top. This time we'll bring the feet together, let the knees open out wide, and sit up nice and tall onto your sits bones as we sit up for our butterfly. So letting the heels be a little bit farther away from your hips than usual. So we're not hugging all the way in, but we're allowing a little bit of space. And then getting heavy there through the hips, through the legs, as you inhale and sit up tall. And exhale, begin to fold forward. Reaching your heart towards your toes. Once again, perhaps letting the chin tuck in towards the chest. And feeling one more time here that release, that surrender into the shape, where you can really let gravity take hold, let the earth support you. Let go of any need for effort or resistance in your body. We're here for about 3 more rounds of breath. Now with your next natural inhale, slowly bring yourself up out of that fold, lifting the spine tall once again. Bringing your hands to the outer edges of your legs, gently press your legs together. And then holding onto the shins or the backs of the thighs, slowly begin to lower yourself down onto your back. Bringing your legs with you as you wrap yourself up into a nice big hug here. Maybe taking the last few little moments for movement. Maybe rocking around, stretching through the arms and the legs. And eventually bringing yourself into your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Perhaps that means legs are outstretched, arms are resting by your sides. Maybe today you'd prefer a slightly different position for the body. But wherever you choose to be, allowing yourself to settle into stillness for these last few minutes of your practice. Closing your eyes if that feels safe and comfortable for you. Or softening your gaze towards the ceiling. This is your time to truly rest and relax. To let your body integrate everything you've done on the mat today. And make this transition. Find this balance between the light and the dark. Shavasana. If you have the opportunity to stay longer, please feel free to do so. If you're ready to end your practice for today, begin to bring your awareness back to your breath, back into your body, feeling the parts of your body that are touching the earth underneath you, feeling yourself inhabiting this space. And as you feel ready, inviting gentle movement back into your body, moving and stretching in any way that feels good as you reawaken. Eventually using that movement to roll you onto the left side of your body. Pausing for a moment in that place of transition, taking your time, and eventually pressing yourself all the way up to a seated position once again. Taking a moment as you find your comfortable seat to root down to your sits bones, lift up tall through the crown of your head. And if it feels right for you, you might bring your hands together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat today, for taking this time to celebrate all that the fall season has to offer. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste.